to Vinvana's The Local Buzz. I am Mary Ellen, the co-founder of Vinvana. And the Local Buzz is an opportunity for us to showcase all the amazing people we have in our network and promoting what they're doing within their local communities. And I'm super excited to have Noam with us of Expedia Cruises, soon to be Expedia Cruises, located in North Scottsdale. And not only have I known Noam for a few years, but he's also helped us with some travel insurance, which, oh, I'll have to tell you a good story. We went to Jamaica and I was too afraid to jump off a cliff because I didn't have travel insurance. So I guess that's what happens when you get a little bit older. Your brain takes over and the adventure part of you don't, huh? So
the risk-benefit analysis equation changes a little bit.
So Noam, so glad to have you here. And could you do a quick intro of who you are, what you do, and why travel's your passion?
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mary Ellen. My name is Noam Meppen, and I am the franchise owner and operator of Expedia Cruises in Scottsdale, Arizona. We're a full-service retail store travel agency. We sell only leisure travel. We do focus primarily on cruises, but we do and can manage all aspects of leisure travel. So excursions, staying at a hotel or resort, all-inclusive, Disneyland, travel insurance, which is very important, especially these days, but we can help and arrange all aspects of travel.
And so what was that aha moment? So if you could think back to when you're like, what do I want to do when I grow up? What was that one trip that made you, be like, aha, travel is my passion?
So I'll tell you, it was when I was 11 years old, and it's the first overseas trip that I took. It was actually the first time I was ever on an airplane. With family trip, my parents packed us up and we flew from Los Angeles, where I grew up, all the way to Israel. And it was a very long flight. We had to stop several times along the way. We were there for 3 weeks. We stopped in Europe on the way back for a few days. And that was my very first trip, but I absolutely loved it. And in my brain and in my soul, it really planted the seeds that at one point I would find myself working in travel and being involved with travel on a full-time basis. And that was about almost 6 years ago that I opened up this business, and I love it and I'm very passionate about it. And it's just, I'm really so fortunate to have found something that I love so much to do and make that into a career.
Yeah, so you've been in your North Scottsdale office for 6 years.
That's right. Actually, 5.5 years since we officially opened. So December will be 6 years, December of 2020. But yeah, we're here on Frank Lloyd Wright in a nice shopping center next to Target and TJ Maxx, just off of the 101. And a large source of our business does come from walk-in traffic and people who find out about us because they're shopping for clothes or buying other things in this shopping center.
And so what made you decide to, when you were like, okay, I want to go into travel, I want to have my own agency, what made you decide to go with Expedia?
Well, a few things. I really like this business model. It allows me to scale an operation and leverage the store retail space. So I have over 25 consultants that are on my team. So we all work together. I help them with growing and developing their business, and I oversee what they do. It's similar to a real estate broker model where they have realtors that are underneath them, kind of a similar concept with Expedia. And the other thing is I really love the Expedia brand and the fact that people may not know of Expedia Cruises. They may not know that Expedia has retail storefronts that focus on cruises, but they do know Expedia. So there's some built-in credibility with our brand name that we're able to bring to the market. So when I first discovered this opportunity, gosh, about 7.5, 8 years ago, it really interested me, and I thought about it, and ultimately I decided to pull the trigger in 2014 when I got this store open. I moved here from California. I was living in San Diego at the time, and I came here with the express purpose of opening up this business, and I have not looked back since.
And then the cool thing is, when you go to his office, oh yeah, you might want to go see Noam. He's okay. But who you really want to go see is Dozier. And he is a French Bulldog, correct?
Yep, He's a French Bulldog. That's right.
And he just celebrated his 8th birthday.
Yes, he's an old man now, but he's still very cute and very sweet. And most days he does come to our store here in Scottsdale. But yeah, Dozer is an important member of our staff and our cruise director, and he'll be very happy to greet you.
Oh, I love that. He is the cruise director. I love it. So, talking about that, how we can go in and come into your store and have that moment to where we can sit down and go over, kind of have those conversations about what I'm looking for. This is the kind of trip I want to take. So that's really why working with a travel agent is really important, because you can have more of those details ironed out for your trip. What else would you say are the most important reasons to hire, or not to hire, to have a travel agent on your side when booking a trip?
It's really what you said, Mary Ellen. It's really about service and expertise. What we sell and the price that we sell it at and the perks and the offers, it's almost always exactly the same as what the cruise line or a website would sell to you. The difference is the service, the expertise, the ability to sit across a desk from someone and get guidance with making your purchase. We are overwhelmed as a society with too many choices. And what Expedia Cruises does is the consultant brings to the table their knowledge, their expertise, the fact that they do this for a living, and they can help you make the right decision and maximize the amount of money and the time that you're going to be spending on your vacation so you don't get led astray. The other thing that they do is they're here to be your advocates and to service you. So if something does go wrong, if there is a hiccup, and 2020 has had a big hiccup, we're here to help you if things go wrong, if you need to make adjustments, if you have a problem, we're here to go to bat and advocate for you. So those are really the big reasons why you would use a travel agent. Now, because we're part of Expedia, we do have and we can leverage some good deals sometimes that are above and beyond what you would get booking direct or booking through a website. But that's not the primary reason that people come to us. The primary reason is the expertise, the service, the fact that they have an advisor or one of my travel consultants that will help them throughout the entire planning process while they're traveling, after they get back. And really that's a higher touch level of engagement and a better experience overall than they would get from just transacting with a website or calling a call center.
Well, and exactly what you said. I feel like, especially if you're going overseas or if you're going outside the United States, just knowing that you have that person, that if something happens, if you lose a piece of luggage, or if, like, heavens forbid, you jump off the cliff and something happens, you have someone to call. You can call your travel agent because they're there to help you through those things if you book through them and do everything through a travel agent.
Right. Yeah, and we've had experiences where people, they get sick, they injure themselves, they have a flight canceled, they miss their connection, and we're here to help them recover from whatever that is and deal with it. Whether they come home early, they need to go to the hospital, they need to get a change of clothing because their luggage is lost. Any of those things are the kinds of oopsies that happen and that we help people with.
And so, talking about that, 2020, what? I'm sure 2020 has been an exciting year for you in the cruise industry. So where do you see 2020 going for the rest of the year and beyond? What does 2021 look like?
Well, I think 2020, obviously, there's not a lot of travel happening in the first part of the year. We're not quite sure when cruises specifically are going to resume, when overseas travel is going to resume. It's going to be case by case. It's going to depend on where and what the activity is like. What I believe will happen is for this year, for the most part, people will travel, but they might do things like renting an RV, which we can arrange for you. You can rent an RV and go on a road trip. You can go to the national parks, stay in a lodge, or go to rent a beach house. So things are going to be domestic for the most part. The other thing that's going to recover is people will fly to resorts in the Caribbean and Mexico, primarily Mexico, and stay at an all-inclusive. So that's kind of what travel will look like this year. By the end of the summer, fingers crossed, cruises will resume. they will probably behave, and the experience will be a little bit different than the traditional cruising experience. But one thing we have learned is that there is a healthy population of hardcore cruisers in the US, and part of our customer base are itching and desperate to get a cruise booked and to travel this year by cruise. So cruises will resume. They will look a little different. They may not be as long. The ships may not be filled to capacity, but people will cruise again. And then I think, and I hope that going into next year, the virus will sort itself out. There'll be treatments, there'll be vaccination, they'll know more about it and know how to prevent it and deal with it. And I think overseas travel will resume. It's so inherent and ingrained into people. It's one of the largest industries in the world, travel and tourism. So I have no doubt it'll recover. May look a little different, but it will come back. It's just a kind of a matter of how it will look like and when. But it'll definitely recover. It just may take a few months to get there.
Oh, I got a little quickie for you. So where's the next stop for you? Where's the next place you're gonna stamp your passport?
So I had a Panama Canal cruise that goes through the canal. It's a 2-week trip from Florida to California, and that was canceled in April of this year, and I have already rescheduled it, and that's going to go in February of 2021. So I'm going on a Panama Canal cruise, and then a couple months later, I'm going on an Asia cruise that starts in Singapore and visits Vietnam, China, Taiwan, and then ends in Japan. So
wow.
that'll be in April of 10 months from now, in April of next year. So Panama Canal and Asia. Those are the two that are already booked, already on the calendar for next year, and I'm very much looking forward to both of those trips.
And what would you say is the must-pack item, especially for those trips? What is definitely going to be in your suitcase?
Okay, so a couple things that are really important. Number one, your phone charger, because everyone uses their phone to take pictures, and you want to capture the memories of that trip and post it on Facebook and Instagram, and you want to listen to music and et cetera, et cetera. So you got to take your charger. That's the first thing. The second thing, what I always recommend people take, is a photocopy of their passport. Keep it in their luggage. So if your passport does get lost or stolen, you have on hand a photo of it, so you can go to the U.S. Embassy and you can help yourself recover from that incident. So those are two very important things to travel with. But the third thing, and the most important thing, is a great attitude, because when you travel, things are out of your control, things are foreign, things are not as you're used to. So it always helps to have a great attitude, and just know that things are going to come up that are unpredictable, and part of it is the experience and the fun, and just exploring and experiencing new places, new cultures, new foods. So a great attitude. Those are my keys, what I need to pack before I leave on a trip.
Awesome. So if someone wants to reach out to you for you to talk about travel, talk about planning a trip, getting ready for 2021, what's the best way to get a hold of you, Noam, or anyone in your office too?
Sure. So the best thing to do is to just give us a call at our office here in Scottsdale. The phone number is 480-378-3633. Or you can reach us on our Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/Expedia Cruises Scottsdale. You can also visit our website, which is cruisescottsdale.com. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get a hold of us, and we're happy to help you set up an appointment. We can even do it over Zoom or over the phone or in person, ideally, and help you plan out whatever kind of trip you're looking for.
Oh gosh, I could just sit here and talk to you for hours about our trips and our bloopers, but I won't do that. I'll save it for next time. Noam, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being a part of the Vimvana community and taking the time to share your passion with us, your passion for travel, your passion for cruising, and just helping us know what we can expect, at least for the next year. And so, again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Mary Ellen. It's great to see you.
And guys, if you like the Local Buzz, by all means, please like, share, or go to our YouTube channel and subscribe so that you can see all the Local Buzzes, either in the past or in the future.